Did you know that 90% of communication is nonverbal? And by nonverbal communication, I mean anything that does not have to do with speaking or talking to another person. That means that nonverbal communication is present in almost all interpersonal conversations. Knowing this can be a powerful tool, for world domination, getting things done, making people do what you want. Just kidding. But it can and should be used to understand and better communicate with those around you, and even aid in strengthening relationships and forming new bonds. In this time, I will go over some of the functions of nonverbal communication. Let's look at the first one. Expressing emotions. We can share a lot of what we're feeling with nonverbal communication. That's why this is an important one. We have two outlets of this purpose. One, our facial expressions, and two, our vocal expressions. Facial expressions can reveal our true feelings about a situation. A smile indicates approval, satisfaction, happiness, while a frown indicates the opposite, disapproval, and unhappiness. Vocal expressions can sometimes tell what a person is feeling too, but it is not what he or she is saying or how they look, but rather how they sound. Research on vocal displays of emotion have shown that emotions can affect the pitch of our voice. So if you pay attention, emotions like anger, surprise, happiness, fear, and affection tend to cause a higher vocal pitch. However, disgust, boredom, and extreme grief lower our vocal pitch. It seems that sadness doesn't really change our vocal pitch. It remains normal unless it is extreme, where it would fall into the category of grief. The next function of nonverbal communication is forming impressions. Most of us like to pay attention to how people look and behave. We don't really do it on purpose. It's just natural social behavior in humans. We like to get information from people and form impressions of who they might be from how they act, how they look, what they are doing and saying. The demographic impressions of a person would include their age, ethnic group, and sex. The sociocultural impressions would include a person's economic status, in short, how much money and education that person has, and what kind of career field he or she is in. Through demographic and sociocultural impressions, we can infer what kind of person we are dealing with and whether or not we want them around us, or even if we want to get to know them better. Which leads to our next function, maintaining relationships. The people in our lives can become very important to us, and we might want them to stay in our lives. Also, the positions that we hold of status, we might want to keep those the same way and hold them as well. There are many ways nonverbal communication can maintain these relationships. These can be done through attraction and affiliation and or power and dominance. When two people meet, for example, they may start to flirt in efforts to confirm attraction. They will use continuous eye contact. They will sit close to each other or stand close to each other, and they might playfully touch one another. In established relationships, it's a little bit different. We show affection through hugs, kisses, and holding hands with the people that we love. And this is not exclusive to just romantic relationships. This can be with friendships and with family members too. Also, adults will usually display their power and dominance non-verbally. Some examples of a person establishing their higher status would be a firmer handshake, better posture, and causing slight interruptions in conversations of others sometimes. Body language displays such as these can raise dominance in group situations. Moving on to the last point, influencing others. 2 ways that we influence others is through creating credibility and promoting affiliation. We often project an image of credibility by the uniforms that we wear. Think of doctors, judges, police officers. They all wear uniforms that reflect their experience and expertise in a field. We can also make ourselves sound more credible by speaking loudly, quickly, and expressively with varying pitches. One can increase credibility in the eyes of others, therefore persuading them to do the things that you want them to do, but not for world destruction. When it comes to promoting affiliation, we tend to be more persuaded by people who we like rather than people we don't. So nonverbal behaviors can help to promote a sense of closeness that enhances persuasion. In conclusion, to sum this up, we now know and can see how nonverbal communication helps people to understand and convey messages to each other. There are numerous nonverbal cues, so no one can expect to know about them all and their various meanings, but there's certainly benefits to working on your very own body language and learning about the body languages and indications of others. And it doesn't hurt that it's very interesting too. Thank you.